G'day, we're going to look at some finance. So the mathematics of finance starts off fairly basic, and it usually starts off with percentages. So 10% of 150, you could just about do that in your head. However, you do have a calculator, so you can press 10% times 150 on your calculator. You can also type 0.1 times 150. And I would try and get used to using decimal places because you're pressing less buttons and it's usually faster. So 0.1 of 150 or 10% of 150 is $15. So that's pretty straightforward. It's only a bit more difficult when they put different numbers there and make this a bit more complicated. So for example, they do this. So 17% of 2732. You can't really do that one in your head, and you do need your calculator. So 17% of that is, and I've done it before, 464.44. Now this number happens to work out with two decimal answers, and you should answer everything with a dollar to two decimal places. Up here, if it's a clear dollar, that's fine, but if there's any decimal places after it, you should use two, okay? Don't just, if the answer, for example, if the answer here was 15.1, don't answer $15.1, that's a stupid answer. You should answer $15.10, okay, to a whole sentence. In this case, it doesn't matter because the answer is $15 clear, that's fine, and that's fine. Here's where we'll have a little bit of a trick. So if you multiply 23.5% of 4951, you won't just get two decimal places. You'll end up with, what have I got, 1163.485. Let's put a dollar sign in there. So you end up with 1163.485. You can't leave an answer like that because you'd lose half a mark, because there's no such thing as 0.485 in dollars. There is in high finance, yes, but in this course, what you need to be answering is exact cents. So 1163.49, 49 cents. That's a good answer. So that one probably lose you half a mark for not rounding to the nearest cent. Okay? Next one, increase $300 by 15% and then decrease the answer by 15%. Again, using decimals I think is faster in this instance. You can do it by figuring out what is 15% of this, adding it on top, and then figuring out 15% of the answer and then taking it off, but it's a lot more steps. What you should be doing is going, okay, 300 multiplied by 1.15, and this increases the amount by 15%. If I just said what is 300 times 1, well 300 times 1 is 300 because that's 100% of it. I want to increase it by 15, so I want to have 115%. So 115, and then I'm going to decrease the answer. So I'm going to do it all in one step. If I decrease by 15, I'm actually going to multiply by 0.85. So this is 115%. This is 100% take away 15. 100 take away 15 is 85. So you can do all of this in one step if you're actually aware that that's what you can do. If you're not, it's okay. You can do it step by step, but this way is much faster. Now you should end up with 293.25. Now you can do it in steps. So if you did it in steps, you'd be going 300 plus 300 times 15%. So that will give you your first answer. Then you take that answer and go, that answer minus, because we're decreasing, minus your new answer times 15% equals your final answer. And your final answer is going to be 293.25. But doing this is a lot more steps than just doing that straight across. So if you can think like that, you will save time. Okay, third one. A pair of jeans have a purchase price of $18 and a sale price of $79. Calculate the percentage markup to the nearest percent. So again, we're using percentages in finance. Now I'm going to rub off this section here to give us a little bit of space. Calculate the percentage markup. First thing you should do is, what's the profit? How much are they making? You've got 18 and 79. So the profit is 79 take away 18. Well, what's 79 take away 18? If you can't do it in your head, you can press the buttons on your calculator and you get $61. Okay, so that's our profit. Our profit is $61. Right? The percentage markup, so it's marked up from the original price. So we're looking at the original price and we're marked up that much. So we're going to go 61 over 18 multiplied by 100. Okay? So the percentage marked up of the original price times 100 to give the percent, and we get our answer, and our answer is 338.88, and the 8s keep going, percent. Now it says to the nearest percent, so we want to round up because this number is 5 or greater. If this number is 5 or greater, the next number gets rounded up. So this number is going to become a 9. So 339. Let's move the equals back. So it equals 339%. And you're done. G'day again, back for a second question. Okay, Brian earns $35,000 per annum. First thing you need to be aware of is per annum means per year. How much does he earn A per week? So you need to be aware, I've written assume 52 weeks per year. They don't write that, but you can assume 52. In higher level exams, they might give you a decimal, so 52 point something. So just check your formula sheet. So per week is 52. So we're going to do that first. So let's go with A. 35,000 divided by 52. Okay, punch that in your calculator and you should get 673.0769. Okay, you can't write that as an answer even if you put a dollar sign because there's only 2 cents and you always answer to 2 decimal places, so you would answer $673.00, and this will round up to 08. Okay, and that would be the correct answer. Per month, well, how many months are there in a year? That's pretty easy. Divide by 12. So you're going to do 35,000 for the second one. Divided by 12. Okay, punch that in your calculator and you're going to end up with 2916.6 repeater. Again, you can't just leave 0.6 repeater. If the 6's keep going, 6, 6, this is going to round up, so that number there will be a 7. Okay, and that'll be the correct answer. Part C. Per hour if he works 40 hours per week. So if he works 40 hours per week, you're going to use what you've already figured out here. Okay, so we're going to get this number divided by 40. So let's do that. So we're going to get 673.08 divided by 40. Punch that in your calculator and you'll get 16.827. Now that number is 5 or greater. So if that number is 5 or greater, that number goes up by 1 for your answer. Okay? So we're going to get $16.83. And you're done. G'day again, back to finance. So this is part 4. Peter earns $4.20 per hour. He works for 15 hours, of which 5 hours are time and a half and 2 hours are double time. How much did he earn in the 15 hours? Now it doesn't tell you how much he worked normal time, does it? It just says 5 hours time and a half, 2 hours double time. So you have to figure that out because you've got 5 plus 2 plus something else. So let's figure that out. So you'll go 15, take away, 5 plus 2 is 7, equals 8. So he does 8 hours at normal time. So your calculation is going to look like 8 at normal time. Well, what's normal time? Normal time is going to be the amount they give you to start with. So we want 8 times $4.20 because that's normal. Okay? Plus we want to add in 5 hours at time and a half. So I want 5 hours at time and a half. Well, that's just time. We want time and a half, so we're going to multiply that by 1.5. Plus, we want to add 2 hours at double time. Okay, so plus 2 hours at double time. Well, that's just normal time, so we want to double it. So we're going to do that. So if we add up these, you can just punch all of that in on your calculator, and if you did them separately, the numbers you would get. So that's 33.6 if you just did that bit separately, 31.5 if you did that bit separately, and that's 16.8 if you did that bit separately. If you punch it all in together, this will all add up to $81.90. Okay, so how much did he earn? He earned that. That will come up on your calculator like that. You can't answer like that, even if you put a dollar sign there. There's no such thing as 0.9 in an answer. You should write 90 cents. Okay, so your answer should look like that. And you're done. G'day, back again, part C. Julia earns $30 per hour in her normal job for 35 hours per week. She also earns $20 per hour tutoring on Saturdays for 2 hours. What is her annual income? Well, annual means the whole year. So how much does she earn in the whole year? Now we're going to assume 52 weeks in the year. Okay? So the two calculations you should be doing are 30 multiplied by 35 by 52. Figure that out. So that's how much she earns normally, and that works out to be 54,600. And then you work out how much she earns tutoring. So she's going to earn 20 times 2 times 52. So that works out to be $2,080. Add up those two, and that's her total. That's her annual income. So we add those up, and we get $56,680. And no, I didn't just do that in my head. We've done them before.